morning, everyone. Happy third day of the month. Welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. So good morning, guys. So again, Life Coach Philippines is our community of professional life coaches certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, a bona fide institute for mental health that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. So life coaching acts as a community, and we aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. So if you want to know more about our international coaching classes and services, please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-16661 for assistance. So I am Coach Lyn for #SafetyMoment, Safety Leadership at the Workplace. So your access with me is every Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And also, this will serve as our toolbox meeting since we are talking about safety. And yung episode natin ngayon, it's nasa 5th na tayo. So we're on episode 5. And for my segment today, I will be sharing how can great leaders make you feel safe. Okay, so please tag your friends in the comment below and invite them to join our conversation. You may also share this Facebook Live to your timeline and Facebook groups and pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. Alright, so para kanino po ba yung presentation natin ngayon or yung safety leadership at the workplace topic natin? So, if you're that one person who's want to fix the problem now and are willing to make that investment in yourself, you are serious about getting results and want to get results now. And last is you want to protect yourself so you can serve effectively and you are ready to the leader's journey. So again, here's our #PackMyBugMoment. So I encourage you again to be intentional as you listen to the talk. And as you encounter your aha moment or something or some words or thoughts that moves you or something you really like or something you want to share in the community, please share it in the chat box or when posting in any of your social media accounts with the hashtag, ayan, #PackMyBagMoment. This is to ensure that we will be able to read all your postings and know what moves you during the talk. So maybe yung aha moment mo is another question, so it's okay to post that question then. So our topic this morning is, how can great leaders make you feel safe? Right? So we're going to talk about the workplace. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about hazards in the workplace. So this presentation is inspired by Simon Sinek. So if you know him, yung isang book niya na favorite ko din is yung Leaders Eat Last. So most of the presentations or yung mga topic na yung mga topic dito ay inspired by him. Okay, so sino ba siya? So Simon Sinek is an unshakable optimist who believes in a bright future and our ability to build it together. So he discovered remarkable patterns about how the greatest leaders and organizations think, act, and communicate. So Simon may be best known for popularizing the concept of why in his TED Talk in 2009. Tapos yung next in 2014, it's about ito na, yung sa workplace na. So we say that when people feel safe and protected by leadership in an organization, the natural reaction is to trust and cooperate. And employees living in constant fear of losing their jobs are not performing at their best. So again, are you that one person na kaya ka nagtatrabaho, it's because na kapag hindi mo siya ginawa ng tama, mawalan ka ng work, or are you that one person that you are enjoying your job? So let's find out later kung saan ka doon. So yung first is, let's talk about first what can go wrong in an unsafe workplace or what is an unsafe workplace. So unsafe workplace is, yes, may mga present yung mga hazards natin and syempre kapag may hazard, may risk dyan. And if hazards are not addressed, so possible unsafe yung workplace natin. And what will happen kapag May ganon. So first is injury. So injury, if you are injured while working, so you should notify your employer, di ba? And pero ang pinaka-point doon is hindi ka dapat magkaroon or hindi mo dapat ma-experience yung injury while working. Alright? So next is workplace bullying. Bullying is any repeated and unreasonable behavior directed at someone in the workplace. Pwedeng office mate mo rin yan na ikaw yung binubully, pwedeng boss mo, pwedeng kung sino man yun nandun sa workplace. So that's considered workplace bullying. And third natin is harassment and discrimination. How are you going or paano to na-experience? So bullying can sometimes take the form of harassment on the grounds of discrimination. So that is when the target of bullying is being bullied because of their gender, health, sexuality, ethnicity, age, disabilities, or religion. So yan yung ilan sa mga factors na possible na makita if we have an unsafe workplace. So yung next question natin dito is, are you in the circle of safety? If you can see dito sa diagram natin, sa picture natin, we have yung circle and then yung danger outside. Now, yung question is, ang goal kasi dyan, dapat nandun tayo sa loob, nandun tayo sa safe space, nandun tayo sa circle of safety. Now, I'm asking a question right now, where do you think you are? Nandito ka ba sa safe space? Nandito ka ba sa circle of safety? Or are you dito sa mga danger? Yun dun sa outside. Okay? So, inside the circle of safety, we feel we belong. Belong sa community, belong sa workplace, and safe tayo doon. And based kay Simon Sinek, sabi niya, the whole purpose of maintaining the circle of safety is so that we can invest all our time and energy to guard against the dangers outside. So the same reason we lock our doors at night. So imagine, 'di ba sa bahay natin, we are considering our home or yung place na yon as safe space natin. Yun nga, kaya pagkagabi or hindi mo, wala ka naman din sa labas, nakalock siya kasi nga hindi welcome yung mga dangers outside. So feeling natin safe tayo dun sa space natin na yun. So it's something like this. So yung circle of safety natin is ano yun? Kung nasa workplace ka, do you feel safe inside the workplace? So comfortable ka pa pagka nandyan ka sa workplace? Are you doing your job effectively when you're inside your workplace? And yun, we won't have work-life balance until we feel safe in the workplace or in the place, sa workplace and the place that we live. So, dalawa siya ha. Kasi di ba, siguro before na nakita nyo na rin yung mga videos ko and we talk about work-life balance or work-life harmony. But how are we going to talk about work-life balance if hindi natin nasagot yung sa workplace natin and home natin? Now, sabi dito is we can only achieve yung work-life balance na yan if we feel safe in the place that we live in. Okay, so pwedeng sa bahay mo yan, pwedeng kung sa apartment mo or what, basta kung saan ka nakatira ngayon, and the place that we work. Okay, so now, think of your place, think of the scenario, think of your current situation. Are you in the safe place? And are you experiencing work-life balance na ba? Next is, the one wakes up in the morning to go to work with the hope that someone will manage us. Okay? We wake up in the morning and go to work with the hope that someone will lead us. Again, so we are looking for leaders. We are looking for someone na mag-guide sa atin. So, di ba, doon sa first episode natin, itong segment na to, we differentiate safety management and safety leadership. Di ba, when we talk about management or safety management, it talks about control. So, when we say management, we manage things. And when we talk about leadership, we lead people. So ngayon, kaya nga sometimes ang iniisip natin is if we go to work, we are looking for leaders. We are looking for someone who will lead us. Hindi yung magmamanage sa atin. Kaya sometimes there's a disconnect. Okay? Kasi iba yung expectation natin and iba din yung hinahanap natin. And then, pagkadating mo sa workplace, hindi mo na-experience yung leadership. Hindi mo na-experience na may someone na nagli-lead sa'yo. So, yan siya. And yun yung i-discover natin ngayon na paano ba natin masasabi na may mga great leaders tayo and how do great leaders make us feel safe. Okay? So, yan. So, given itong diagram na to, ask yourself, are you in the circle of safety? Okay? So, to help you think more, ito, ayan, yung mga photos pala na ginagamit ko siya dito, downloaded ko lang siya. So, ayan, may mga proper credits naman po na nakalagay. So, ngayon, dito, sa circle of safety na sinasabi natin, para ma-check mo, are you inside or are you outside? So, there are some questions and situations dyan para mas maklaro or maisip mo, nasan ba talaga ako dito? So, let's start with dito sa outside muna. So, you are outside if you're experiencing daw itong mga situation na to. Paranoia, self-interest, prevail, stress, mistrust, selfishness, aggression. Tapos, opposite of all the stuff listed over dito sa insight. So, later, we're going to read that. Tapos, leadership falters, then cooperation declines. So, yun daw is pag nasa outside ka. Now, if para ma-check mo kung ako ba ay nandito, ay nasa loob ba ako ng circle of safety. So, ito yung mga possible na nakikita mo or na-experience mo. So, you can say that you are inside the circle of safety. First is feel valued by our colleagues and superiors. So, when you're valued, diba, you are motivated to work na din. Then, confident that the leaders and our peers will help us to succeed. Then, we feel like we belong sa community or sa group na yon or sa team. And then, free exchange of information and effective communication. Not only communication, so indicated dito, effective communication. Now, there's a free exchange of information. So meaning, whatever you have in mind and the idea you have in mind, comfortable ka to share it, comfortable ka na i-suggest, comfortable ka na i-share yon sa management or sa team nyo. Next, stress declines. Okay? Then, fulfillment rises. Fulfillment or motivation, and you're going to focus dun sa work or assignment that you are doing. Kasi nga, nandun ka sa, you're inside circle of safety. Alright? So, yun. And yun, when we assess how we feel about our jobs, we are very often responding to the environments in which we work. It's not about the work we are doing per se. Alright, so it's really important ngayon to check our environment. Paano tayo nag-grow or are we growing in the environment that we are in? Okay? So the whole purpose of maintaining the circle of safety is so that we can invest all our time and energy to guard against the dangers outside. It's the same reason we lock our doors nga at night. And we want, So, yun yung sinasabi natin dito. Okay? So, hi, Coach Mau and Coach Nords. Hello. So, thank you for joining me today. So, ngayon, nasan po tayo ngayon? Are you in the circle of safety, inside or outside? So, yan. Answer nyo na lang po dyan. Next is challenges when the workers don't feel safe. So, by checking, so kanina, siguro may mga realizations na tayo doon sa question natin kung nasaan ba tayo doon. And ano yung mga challenges natin kung hindi natin na-feel that we are safe? So first, may mga guide questions din tayo dito for you to reflect on. So first is, what do you do at work to make your team members feel safe? So, are you leading a team or are you part of the team? Ano yung ginagawa natin to make your team members feel safe? Next is, what would the workplace look like if we look after one another at work? Then, how might a company improve by preferring heart count over head counts? Again, so let's emphasize, meaning yung head counts, hindi lang tayo, yung mga employees natin, it's not just about numbers, di ba? They are people. So how are we treating yung mga employees natin? How are we treating yung mga team members natin? Are they just like numbers? Or nandun tayo sa heart count? Yung pinaka-pagkatao nila yung nakikita natin. So, yun. And what makes a good, not good, what makes a great leader? So, paano natin masasabi that they are a great leader? So, based dun sa figure natin, may mga nakalagay dyan na, mga integrity, clear goals, good example. Pero di ba ang pinaka-ano sa atin is, ako ang pinaka-hinahanap ko talaga sa isang great leader is there's a clear vision. And alam mo kung saan kayo pupunta, alam mo kung ano yung direction, and alam mo kung ano yung goal na pupuntahan nyo or ano yung kailangan nyo ma-achieve. A great leader possesses a clear vision, is courageous, has integrity, honesty, humility, and clear focus. He or she is a strategic planner and believes in teamwork. So great leaders help people reach their goals. Hindi lang yung goal nyo as a team, pero yung goal nyo din as a person. And are not afraid to hire people that might be better than them and take pride in the accomplishments of those they help along the way. All right. So again, yung great leaders they are not afraid to hire people that might be better than them. Okay? So ibig sabihin they are trusting their people. Okay. So, nagkabaliktad yung number ko. So, sino ba? Ano ba yung kailangan natin? Di ba yung sa title natin ng session na to is How Can Great Leaders Make You Feel Safe? So, yung first natin na na-identify dito is ask questions and don't make assumptions. Make them feel secure in their roles. Or you, if you're an employee, ayan, make them yung great leaders daw make you feel secure in your role. So whatever your role you have in the company, alam mo yun, hindi ka, comfortable ka to share, hindi ka nahiya magsabi, or if there are some concerns or challenges, it is easy for you to raise it to the management. And yeah, secure employees can do their best work. And when people are not feeling constant worry about their jobs, they can relax and settle into doing their best work. That said, job security is best used as a motivator when people see a direct correlation between their performance and their future with the company. So do you want to improve your employee engagement and increase your team's sense of security? So what do you want to focus right now? And yung isang question natin dito is, if you are that one person, part ka ng company or nasa workplace ka, are you focused on doing your job or are you just skipping it? Okay, so meaning, di ba, pagka sinabi natin you're focused on your job, you're doing your best, you're giving your best, and ikaw is, while giving your best, nag-grow ka professionally. So there's a professional growth. But yung isa dito is you're just keeping it. So whatever instructions na nare-receive mo, sometimes diba hindi na natin siya pinag-iisipan kasi ang nasa isip natin ay binigay sa akin to na task or ito yung pinapagawa sa akin. So I need to do this na without thinking kung tama ba siya or makakatulong ba yun sa'yo. Kasi nga, ang point mo dun is you need to keep the job lang. Okay? So, yun. So, kasi nga, ang naging motivation mo is, kailangan mo lang talaga din ng work. So, ayaw mo rin maalis. So, mag-follow ka na lang. So, yun siya. Next is, ba't gulo-gulo na yung number ko? Okay, so yung next is ask questions and don't make assumptions. So great leaders daw ask questions. So it's also connected with life coaching kasi as sa life coaching or as a life coach, we don't make assumptions. So kung may mga statement or mga situations, we need to prove it and we need to prove it by asking questions. Okay? Kasi pagka nagkaroon tayo ng assumptions, most of the time, magkaiba or hindi tama dun sa iniisip ng isang tao. So, we need to ask questions for us to verify if tama yung understanding natin. And ito yung isa na dapat na ginagawa din ng mga great leaders natin. And one of the biggest mistakes we can make as a leader is assuming someone isn't motivated and that they didn't meet an expectation because they don't care. So check your assumptions at the door and be sure to start every conversation that involves addressing a mistake or performance issue with an open-ended what question. Alright. So, siguro isa din sa kailangan matutunan ng mga great leaders natin is the power of questioning or yung asking powerful questions. So this approach shows that you are open to hearing the employee and that you haven't made any assumptions about what they are and how motivated they are. Right? So third natin is, and we need, as great leader, we need to understand the season of your employees. So when we talk about seasons, I use here the human yung theory of human motivation or Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, so pero I'm not going to discuss lahat ito, yung from basic needs or what. I just need to focus dun sa part ng self-actualization needs. So remember, yung employees natin, di ba, they are also human. Hindi lang sila part ng work, hindi lang naman yan nag-represent ng mga job na ginagawa nila. So ano ba yung need ng employee mo? And nasa season na siya ngayon. Understanding the season means ano yung current need ng employee mo. So for example, kung yung employee natin is hinar natin, tapos dito sa hierarchy, nandun pa lang siya sa basic needs. Meaning, kaya siya nag-work is kailangan niya lang ng pang-provide sa family or kahit sa kanya, let's say wala pa yung family, para lang makuha yung basic needs niya. So, eto yung mga tao na papasok sa work, tapos they are just waiting for the salary, tapos okay na. Kasi nga, at that moment, at that season, yun yung kailangan nila. Yun pa lang yung need nila. So, naka-focus on basic needs. Pero pag dumating na kasi sa taas, so makikita nyo dito, di ba, basic needs, eto yung mga yung sa psychological needs, meron na dyan na esteem needs, belongingness, and love needs. So, dyan, more on sa self na din, more on sa contribution, and more on sa growth. So growth needs to not stem from a lack of something, but rather from a desire to grow as a person. And dito, kung makikita natin siya, di ba, hindi siya nag-stop dun sa basic needs lang. As we grow, yung tayo, as a person, di ba, nag-grow tayo, yung mga needs natin, yun din siya. Tuwang tumataas din. So at this moment, nasan ka na dito sa hierarchy na to? So, nandito ba tayo sa basic needs, psychological needs, or nasa ano na tayo, self-fulfillment? So, remember, if your employee or yung staff mo ay nasa self-fulfillment na yan, hindi na yan naka-attach sa company. So, naka-attach na siya sa profession niya. So, nakalagay dyan, di ba, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Now, kahit siguro anong offer, pero kung hindi niya nakita yung self-fulfillment needs niya in the company, hindi na rin siya magstay doon. So there's parang may other season na pupuntahan niya. So every person is capable and has the desire to move up the hierarchy toward a level of self-actualization. Unfortunately, progress is often disrupted by a failure to meet lower level needs. So life experiences, including divorce and loss of a job, may cause an individual to fluctuate between levels of the hierarchy. Kaya kung makikita natin, bakit itong person na to, ang galing niya, pero wala pa siya dun sa psychological needs, nandito pa lang siya sa basic needs. So, or nasa psychological pa lang siya, hindi siya makamove sa self-fulfillment kasi nga may mga kulang pa. So, yun. So, overall, ikaw as a great leader, how are you going to help your employee na mabigay din yon or matulungan siya to achieve that? Yung makaangat din siya. Kasi, di ba, if we care for our people, hindi lang natin sila hahayaan na nandito sa ganitong level. So, kailangan tumataas din siya hanggang sa ma-achieve niya yung self-fulfillment. So, dito din papasok na yung purpose mo, why are you working, bakit sa company na yon. So actually, di ba, pagka nag-hire ka, maraming mga pang Miss Universe na question and answer dyan. Pero yung point dito is, how do you see the person? Ano talaga yung intention? And nasaan season siya ngayon? And syempre, pagka klaro yun sa atin, alam natin paano siya makatutulungan at paano din siya makakatulong sa company natin and sa goal natin dun sa company. Alright? So, yun yung third natin. Yung fourth natin ay Be open and collaborative. So everyone likes being leveraged as an expert. So be sure to use the expertise of your team by asking the group or individuals for their thoughts and feedback along the way. So collaborative meaning there's an exchange of idea, and then if you are working for something, mas maganda na nagbe-brainstorm tayo how kunyari, before may project kayo, tapos evaluation, then how are you going to improve that? And if there's another suggestion para mas maging effective pa yung pag-deliver niya sa mga activities nyo, programs, or projects, it's good na pinag-uusapan siya. Now, para ma-achieve ito, ikaw mismo as a leader, are you open or willing ba to talk with your team? Willing ka ba na na ma-discuss ito sa kanila? So employees feel safe when they feel like they are part of something. Be sure to get feedback from your team on key initiatives, even on the small things when you can. So everyone likes being leveraged as an expert. Yan nga yung sinabi natin, di ba? So ikaw as a great leader, how are you going to achieve this? Paano mararamdaman na employee or team member mo that you are open and sila as pwedeng mag-share ng mga ideas nila. Okay? And yung last one is address the hazards in the workplace. So, ito yung sa akin, ito yung ko talaga, concern ko. So great leaders address the hazards in the workplace. Now, talking about hazards, what are the hazards that are present in the workplace? So, di ba, pag sinabi natin, dalawa lang yon. So, safety hazard and then health hazard. And if we're going to talk about safety hazard, nandun na yung unsafe act and unsafe conditions. And then for health hazards naman, andito yung physical hazards, biological hazards, chemical hazards, and ergonomic hazards. Yes, and so four lang siya. So sabihin niyo, coach, bakit ang dami-dami pero hindi mo siya na-mention? So yung iba kasi doon under na doon sa 4 na yon, sa 4 na categories na yon. So dalawa lang siya, safety and health. Kaya 'di ba yung pinag-uusapan din natin is occupational safety and occupational health. So when we talk about occupational safety, dito papasok yung mga injuries. Okay? So pagka pinag-usapan natin yung occupational health, ang possible na hazards talaga dyan ay mga illnesses. So, yung magiging result niya. Okay, so talking about this, ito din yung, ang kailangan natin dito is dapat may leadership commitment, dapat supportive sila, and capable management and supervision for us to address yung mga hazards in the workplace natin. So, nandyan yun. So, yung process niya is yung hierarchy natin tinatawag, identifying hazard and risk factors, risk assessment, control ng risk, and then monitor and review effectiveness of controls. Now, dun sa control kasi ng risk, kasi doon una, yes, madali siya, na-identify mo na-assess mo na yung risk. Yung third kasi is, it involves control. So, yung controls, may mga expenses dyan, lalo na pag engineering control yung kailangan natin. So, yung management ba, yung leader ba natin, ginagawa ito. So, what are they doing to address yung mga hazards in the workplace natin? Okay? So, let me know your thoughts about this. And, ayun, dapat kasi yung workplace natin is safe talaga siya. Alright? So, eto, actually marami siyang hazards. Yung mga na-mention ko kanina about safety and health hazards, pwede, hindi ko na siya isa-isahin in this discussion, but I just want to highlight this one. Baka magtaka kayo, coach, hindi mo naman yan nabanggit kanina, bakit nasa slide? So, psychological hazard, this is under ergonomic. So, when we say ergonomic, papasok yan yung mga stress, di ba? Akala kasi natin pag ergonomic yung proper posture lang, pero it's not. So, psychosocial, psychological, so pasok siya doon. And what I want to ponder on right now is the psychological hazard. So, ano ba siya? Psychological hazard is any hazard that affects the mental well-being or mental health of the worker by overwhelming individual coping mechanisms and impacting the worker's ability to work in a healthy and safe manner. Now, kanina we talk about safety ng workplace, and we defined paano, or we stated yung mga conditions, paano natin masasabi kung ano unsafe yung workplace. So that's the parang yung environment mo or yung physical environment. Pero this one kasi kaya gusto ko siyang i-focus dun sa actually hindi lang for this episode but for the whole month. So expect 3 more topics about this one, yung sa psychological hazards. Ito kasi yung parang nami-miss natin. Sometimes we think na normal yung nangyayari sa atin. Sometimes we think na it's okay kasi boss siya, management yan, so we need to respect it. But hindi mo na-realize may impact na siya sa'yo as an employee. May impact siya sa'yo as a person. And sometimes yung impact na yon is hindi lang siya nalilimit or hindi lang siya nagstay dun sa workplace. So kung paano ka nag-react in the workplace, ganun ka rin nagre-react pag uwi mo ng bahay and ganun na rin yung nagiging treatment mo sa ibang tao. Now, if you are that one person na lagi tayong naka-yes, di ba? So, it's about time to think na tama ba? Nag-yes ka ba because you're believing or you are supporting the idea of your leader or your boss? Or are you saying yes kasi nga, nandun ka sa isang question natin kanina. Kasi you are protecting yourself. Kasi you are protecting your job. So, yan yun. So, ibig sabihin, kung may mga ganun kang hesitation, may mga ganun kang thinking, or kung may ganun kang reflection, babalik ulit tayo dun sa circle of safety, which is nandun ka sa danger zone. Kasi di ba sabi natin, you're in the circle of safety kapag confident ka, nakakapag-perform ka sa work. Pero yun nga, baka lang malito kayo kasi may mga nagpe-perform naman talaga sa work. However, hindi, alam mo yun, pag nag-dig deeper ka, nag-perform ka kasi nga gusto mong pa-impress or gusto mong ma-promote or gusto mong maging mataas yung kung sa KPI man yan or sa performance evaluation, gusto mo maganda yung rate mo doon. But ano ba talaga yung intention? Or dahil ba sa malakas yung competition sa workplace, kaya mo siya ginagawa? So, yun yung ilan sa mga effects nito. Kaya ayan, for the succeeding episodes natin, expect that we're going to talk about psychological hazards. So for now, we're just going to connect it dun sa ano ba yung great leaders na sinasabi natin and how will great leaders help us na ma-address itong mga hazards na to. Since diba yun yung title natin, hazard in the workplace. And ito yung hazard na akala natin is normal lang na nangyari. Okay, so psychological hazards, ito yung nagkakos ng stress to a worker. Okay? So, yun siya. Examples nito, work-related stress, whose causal factors include excessive working time and overwork. Again, working time, overwork, overtime, ano ba tawag nyo doon? Okay? Hanggang sa ma-experience mo na yung stress. Then, violence from outside the organization. Tapos yun nga, bullying, which may include emotional and verbal abuse. Okay? So, next is sexual harassment, tapos burnout. So, ito yung higher level na ng stress. And exposure to unhealthy elements during meetings with business associates. So, yun yung ilang mga examples nito. Now, yung question natin is, are you safe at work today? Do you feel empowered to speak out about safety and health hazards at your workplace? So, OSHA, if you're familiar with OSHA, that's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, requires business to make workplaces free from recognized hazards that are causing or likely to cause death or serious physical harm to workplace. And now, di ba, naglabas na rin ng law about mental health. So, kung hindi pa natin siya nababasa, I encourage you to read this para sa next na topic natin, yung sa topic natin next week. Alam na natin or may idea tayo na kung ano yung mga kailangan nating ma-address sa workplace. And as mentioned kanina, di ba, yung mental health kasi, and then yung mga ganitong, most of the ergonomic hazards kasi nagli-lead siya or nagko-contribute siya or malaki yung factor niya sa mental wellness natin or sa mental health natin. Na sometimes tayo as employee, hindi natin siya nakikita na hazard, hindi natin siya nakikita na kailangan siyang i-address. For example, in a team, meron sa team na sumasagot, merong hindi, merong nag-yes. Okay? So, di ba kanina sinabi natin na isa sa trait or kung paano magagawa ng leader, paano mapapa-feel sa'yo ng great leader yung safety dun sa workplace. 'Di ba, isa dun is, nakakapag-share ka. Now, kung ikaw ay hindi rin nakakapag-share or hindi ka confident enough to share, so ibig sabihin, baka may kailangang i-address doon sa workplace natin. So, yun, yung sample natin, yun, may nagsasalita, may hindi. Tapos, minsan, di ba, sa group, pag yung isa nagsasalita, yung tingin na iba, rebelde siya. Or yung tingin na iba is, bakit hindi, parang may insubordination or parang hindi nito nire-respeto yung leader nila or yung boss nila. Pero, dun sa isang tao na yon, ang perspective naman niya ay, kailangan niya mag-express. Kasi nga, pwedeng sa part ng team, so ano to diniscuss ko din to nung last, episode natin, third week natin, na ano yung stages ng development ng isang team. So, we need to know also yung mga team members natin. Now, kung sa team members mo, magkakasama siya, meron dito na nasa basic needs pa lang, merong nasa self-actualization na. So, expect na yung kapag yung team member mo is nasa stage na ng self-actualization, expect na nagsasalita na yan, nagre-raise na yan ng mga concerns, sasuggest na ng mga improvement. So, ganun yun. And ikaw, as a great leader, how are you going to handle yung team na yon? And tayo, kung part tayo ng workplace, isa tayo sa mga employees, ito yung question natin, are you safe at work today? Para masagot mo yan, yung isang question dyan is, do you feel empowered or nakakapagsalita ka ba? Nakakapag-address ka ba ng mga concerns? Or kapag may hindi ka gusto or hindi mo kayang i-deliver na pinagawa sa'yo, kaya mo bang i-erase or sabihin na, ay, hindi ko to kayang gawin. So, delay muna natin or ibigay natin sa iba. So, are you that one person? Okay? So, yun. To sum it up, yung 5 natin na sinabi kanina is, to make employees feel safe, great leaders must, ito yung 5 that we mentioned earlier. First, make them feel secure in their roles. Next, emphasize ko lang dito, ito yung mga competition kasi, pagalingan, ganon. So, ayan. So, dapat kung secure ka dun sa role, hindi lang dahil sa you want to keep the job. Alright? So, ask questions and don't make assumptions. Understand the season of their employees. Then, be open and collaborative. And then last is address the hazards in the workplace. Pero for this presentation, I only emphasize yung psychological hazard natin. So, yung bottom line nito is employees are more effective and have increased performance when they feel safe. Okay? Kasi, di ba, if you focus on work lang, wala yung mga workplace politics or what, di ba, makakapag-perform ka talaga and you'll be an effective employee. So, a leader may get short-term bursts of great work by using fair tactics, but those tactics don't foster long-term commitment or energy. And possible, pag yun yung tactic mo is pag-usapan ka lang din sa office, pag-usapan ka sa workplace, or ganun yung magiging tingin sa'yo ng mga employees. Or kung fair kasi, alam mo yung fair yung naka-front sa kanila, hindi rin sila, alam mo, hindi rin quality yung yung output na mabibigay nila sa'yo. And then employees need to feel a sense of safety to have the freedom to try creative solutions, make mistakes, own up to their mistakes. Ito madalas to nangyayari sa workplace yung blaming game na pagka itong team na to yung nakagawa, alam mo naman talaga na sila yung may kasalanan nun, hahanap sila ng ibang team para ipasa doon yung fault na yon. So, anong nangyayari? Ayun na. So, magulo na rin doon sa workplace. And everyone, hindi nila na-feel na safe sila. Okay, so anong nangyayari? Blaming game siya, turuan. So, ang ending, hindi na safe yung workplace. Now, para malinaw siya sa atin, when we say safe, hindi lang siya yung sa physical environment natin, but we are protecting yung own peace natin dito, yung inner peace mo. If you think and if you feel ngayon na medyo, tumatama siya sa inner peace ko. So, it's about time to think about your workplace. And syempre, tignan natin, paano their recognition of others? Ayan daw yan sa mga great leaders natin. This is how great leaders increase performance and engagement within their teams. Wait lang. Okay. So, yung next natin is this is from Simon Dick. Um, the parent analogy. So before I end, I'll share this muna din. So sabi doon sa parent analogy, so if this is your first time to hear this, ito yung content niya, treat your people as if they were your children. Give them opportunities, education, and discipline when necessary. So give them the opportunity to try and fail so that they can eventually achieve more than we have. So again, if you're one of that great leader or if you want to be a great leader, ito yung isang secret para maging effective leader ka din. So, i-apply natin yung parent analogy. So, think of your employees na anak mo sila or kung wala pa, yan, kapamilya. And di ba, syempre, kung kapamilya mo yan, anak mo yan, you're going to give them all the opportunities, you're going to provide them everything para matuto sila, madiscipline sila, and alam mo yung mag-grow talaga sila. So ngayon, kung ito yung i-apply natin sa workplace, 'di ba? So imagine, kamusta yung workplace natin kapag ganito yung ginagawa natin. All right? So sabi niya dito, if you think about what being a great parent is, what do you want? We want to give our children opportunities, education, discipline them when necessary, also that they can grow up and achieve more than we could for ourselves. So great leaders want exactly the same thing. They want to provide their people opportunity, education, discipline when necessary, build their self-confidence, give them the opportunity to try and fail, so also that they could achieve more than we could ever imagine for ourselves. So yan, pwede naman na hindi mo siya gawin, pero ang sinasabi natin dito, great leaders, ito yung approach nila, ito yung strategy nila. So, do you know someone na great leader? So, pwedeng itag nyo sila, comment nyo sila, or i-message nyo sila, thank them for being a great leader and for supporting you din. And you, are you a great leader? So, if you want to be a great leader, so, apply mo lang yung mga na-share natin yun kanina. And if you want to make changes in the workplace, I'm inviting you to to health and wellness at work. So, ito ay, no monetary investment. Tapos, yung class is via Zoom. All you need to do is contact your pwedeng HR or or boss or kung sino yung nag-organize ng event in the workplace. I-share nyo lang yan. Tapos, may contact number dyan. Nandiyan din yung contact number ko. Kailangan nyo lang i-provide sa amin is the schedule and then how many participants yung possible na mag-attend sa session na yon. And then, we're going to check kung pasok siya sa kung kaya pa siya sa schedule or anong schedule yung available for your company. So yun lang, yung isa sa mga pag-uusapan dyan is yung na-mention natin kanina, yung psychological hazards. And yun, stress, nandiyan din po. Okay, so yan ang yan yung pwede ko ma-share sa inyo ngayon. If you want to make a difference in your workplace, I invite you to have this or conduct this introduction to health and wellness at work. So, by Master Coach A. Alright? So, yan. And psychological hazards na pinag-usapan natin, yung aspect yan sa work environment natin na hindi natin napapansin or being neglected. Or sometimes siguro napapansin siya pero wala lang talaga nag-a-address. Or we really don't know kung paano siya i-address. Even kasi dun sa bago sa mental health law, hindi pa rin clear. Di ba? Noong una, wala pa rin siyang IRR. And ngayon, the day is pag nag-inspect sila sa workplace, they're looking for mental health policy na. Okay? And maganda kung yung company mo is may program na. Pero aside dun sa program na yun, is kamusta naman yung mga employees natin? And remember, employers have a responsibility to keep all their employees safe, both legally and ethically. Alright? Hindi lang dahil sa may inspection, okay, compliant na tayo kasi nag-present tayo ng policy. Pero kamusta talaga yung employees mo? Do they feel safe? Okay, naintindihan ba talaga nila or tayo mismo, yung mga employers, yung psychological risk? Alright, so yun. So yun guys, connect lang po tayo. And that's the last presentation. Here are my references. And ayun, I invite you again to join me next week. So next week, we're going to talk about Kanina kasi 'di ba, ano siya, leaders lang yung tinakil natin pero I introduce yung psychological hazards. So next week we're going to talk about the power of psychological safety. How are we going to achieve it? So if you are that one person na sinabi mo kanina, coach, ako ito yung mga na-experience ko. Paano ko siya gagawin sa workplace? So ito yung pag-uusapan natin next week. And yun, guys. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you thank you thank you po sa mga nag-share din. And as we end today's episode, let me invite you to visit our coaching hub. So, DCAP Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center or PC Compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. Just across Bayanihan Center. So our coaching hub is open physically from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. but virtual operations is 24/7. And we offer coaching services on demand any time of the day and any day of the week. Please connect with Coach Rizel. Nandito din yung number niya through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you have questions or if you need to connect with me, here's my contact number. And if you have questions then about dun sa mga hazards, I have yun doon sa YouTube channel ko, which is yun, Coach Lyn Garcia yung name. Meron ako mga post doon about yung content ko kasi doon is educational and coaching content. So if you want to know more about dun sa mga talks ko kanina and Osh, connect lang po tayo doon. So, yun. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. See you again next week, Tuesday, 10 a.m. So, this is Coach Lyn Garcia, and thank you for joining me this morning. Bye-bye. Love, Bamboo.